Good evening, fellow punters. Mickey D back with you on Tuesday evening about 6:30 with a few each way bets for tomorrow. For the programme years ago on television called the A-Team, George Papard was the lead man in it. And after every programme, at the finish of every programme, he'd always take out a big Cuban cigar to like the handle of a brush, and he'd put it up and he'd light it and he'd say, "I love when a plan comes to pass." That's exactly what I thought today after the 220 race in Dundalk when Harry's Bear won and Jarvis was second. A mighty forecast altogether, because Jarvis was 5-2 favourite yesterday evening when Harry's Bear was 8-1. I couldn't believe the price of Harry's Bear. Didn't last long, but it was into sixes, and there was a lot of 9-2 available last night, so I hope you got some of the decent prices. The forecast, 5 reverse forecast, paid 117.60. How do I know? Because I done it. And then Brushwork won, highest rated horse in the race, won the Claimer. Then we had the non-runner, which is not working out too bad for some of my bets, because I done cross trebles and an each way bet and a lucky 15. I've cashed out 2. Waiting on Corky for a nice wheelbarrow. If it comes in anyway, it'll pay for the camper van in August when I head south for a week. But all in all, a good enough day. And I see a few of the comments that a good few are on. Anyway, Corky, I heard that he won't be the favourite, but I was just hoping that something like last week might happen. It was during the day, but he's strengthening again on the exchanges in the last 10 minutes. So I've done a reverse. I've done a straight forecast the other way around. Anyway, we'll be up money for the day anyway. On our way to Dundalk today, we had to go from Killarney and we detoured to Belmullet, where to pick up Damien Kelly. We hadn't even to slow down. He had one leg up and he jumped on. Well trained, that man. The first man to arrive on the bus this morning was also the first man ever to arrive in a gondola, Maximilian Edge. He was on his way back from Venice and he was in a few bars. He said he had a great time with his family and he was looking forward to backing Harry's Bear today, which I hope you did and go and collect. Conor McMullen liked Laurentino in Chelmsford. That ran second. It got a bit of bother on the first turn. It ran on all right, but we backed it each way, so no harm done. Good lad, Conor. Christina Davis was back in the saddle today. I mean, Tippin Horse is now back in the saddle, for fear you might be thinking of anything, lads. I forgot even to check to see that horse win of Aga Khan's in France. It was the one that we backed in England when it came over with Sumian, and it should have won that day. Byra. Hawkeye might be broke in Croke Park, but our Hawkeyes on the bus noticed a boo-boo of mine last night when I put up Cork this evening instead of Killarney. I think it was Philip Wright and Damien Kelly that spotted it. I also said hard luck to Dublin and Kerry instead of hard luck to Dublin and Derry. And I don't know why these things come out, but that's the mind, the way it works when you have a cognitive problem. What do you call him? Ken MacDonald was first time on the bus as well today. And Super Wilf has a good spot in the 650. Anzini's on it. Mobadra. Yeah, I backed that 13-8 there. But hopefully Corky might do the business for us now, and we'll had a great day. Tomorrow, I've 3 each way selections. 2 9-1s and a 7-1. I'm given while Caprice ran in Sligo last Sunday, and I thought what they were doing was bringing him back to 2 miles to get him out in front to stay the trip, but he couldn't go the pace. I was down close to the rails and I was watching him, and he was flat out going round. He's a stayer. He needs a trip. He's up over 5 furlongs tomorrow, and the owner or the trainer owns him, so he doesn't mind. He doesn't have to ask owners, like he's putting them out again, or her, I should say. But It finished second on its first run for the yard in Downpatrick on the 3rd of June to the Grey lad, who was very well handicapped, I thought, in that. But they're paying 4 places and it's a 9-1. And there's a £7 claimer on it. Then in the 6th in Killarney, Alassandro Algardi for Joseph O'Brien. It was 9th of 10 last time, but I'd throw out that he was gambled on from 3s into 9-4 favourite. It was his first run of the year, and it was only his 3rd lifetime start. It was 4th of 22 first time out. And it won the maiden in Cork last September. And it bet a 93 rated horse. So I think it rated 90, that it's a decent nag. So at 7-1, there's a dead 8 in that. So hoping that the dead 8 remain in the field and an each way shout, a 7-1. O'Brien's come on a lot, more than his father's used as well. They come on a lot for the first run, and it's likely raised. And then in the 7:40 at Killarney, Tudor Manor for Pat Flynn, a 6-year-old. This is only ran 4 times on the flat. It's a good few times over hurls. But was desperately unlucky, I thought, the last time to get beat by a nose. After looking all over a winner up the stretch. It's only put up £2. If it won, it probably went up 6. Declan McDonough takes over from a claimer. He, in his last 37 rides, he has 9 winners and 4 places. So that's nearly 25% strike rate. There is an interesting one there, Estepona's son. It ran well to second in Navan on Sunday on its first run for Charles Burns. It was beaten by a stablemate. And the son, actually, Cahill, owns the two of them. Whether that run or not, I don't know. They may have run it or may not. But Tudor Manor is 9-1. They're paying 4 places. I recommend a pint each way on that. If in the event Estepona's son runs, might do a small little reverse forecast on that, right? Oh, how oft do my thoughts in their fancy take flight to the home of my childhood away, to the days when each patriot's vision seemed bright, ere I dreamed that those days should decay. When my heart was as light as the wild winds that blow down the Mardyke through each elm tree, where I sported and played neath each green leafy shade on the banks of my own lovely lea. Where I sported and played neath each green leafy shade on the banks of my own lovely lea. And then in the springtime of laughter and song, can I ever forget the sweet hours with the friends of my youth as we rambled along mongst the green mossy banks and wild flowers? And then when the sun, sinking to rest, sheds its golden light over the sea, oh, the maid with her lover, the wild daisies pressed on the banks of my own lovely lea. Oh, the maid with her lover, the wild daisies pressed on the banks of my own lovely lea. That's for all the Cork followers of the bus. I'm going to do something special, I hope, on Saturday for the 2 counties in the All-Ireland hurling final. I've something in my mind. I hope it works out. I might do it Saturday. Best of luck tomorrow. Bash the Bookies. Over and out.